Winter's Daughter. The tangled wilds of Dolmenwood sprawled at the foot of the accursed Table Downs in the northern reaches of the kingdom. Dolmenwood consists of a swathe of tangled, partly inhabited forest 100-odd miles across at its midwest point. When one steps beyond the maintained roads which connect the few settlements within the forest's bounds, the trees and brambles of Dolmenwood draw in close. Moss, lichen, and weird fungi proliferate in the dank undergrowth. Stretches of treacherous marsh lurk concealed in the lowlands, waiting for unwary travellers to stumble to their doom. The forest of Dolmenwood lies in a region of the mortal world where the immortal realm of faeries, homes of elves, sprites, pooks, goblins, and all manner of sinister and mirthful creatures, is close at hand. This parallel world, known as the Undying Realm, is endless and timeless, beyond the comprehension of mortals. It lies adjacent to the mortal world, so close that the laughter of its denizens may be heard drifting through the glades of Dolmenwood, but at once so far removed as to be intangible to those of mortal birth. Only a few special places or times do the two realms overlap, allowing transit back and forth. A fairy lord ruled all of Dolmenwood before the arrival of mortals, known as the Cold Prince. Under his rule, the forest lay under an eternal cloak of frost and snow. 900 years ago, mortals waged war against the Fae armies of the Cold Prince, vying for control of Dolmenwood. In the midst of the war, the fabled hero, Sir Chide, fell in love with a woman called the Lady of the Wood. She was a sorceress maiden of mysterious origin. They met in the deeps of Dolmenwood, where the two pledged their hearts to one another, exchanging rings of engagement. The mortal armies were victorious, and the Cold Prince was exiled into his dominion in faerie. Every year in winter, the magic that banishes the Cold Prince weakens, and frigid winds whisper of his desire to reclaim his kingdom in the mortal world. The knight was slain in the final battle of mortal and faerie, on the hills of the High Wold. Sir Chide insisted on being interred into a tomb deep in the forest. She was never seen again. Some say she died in the depths of the forest, in the glade where she and her lover first met. Following the directions you were given, your party has followed the path into the dark and befuddling wilds of the tangled forest of Aldweald. You were warned that fell beasts, tricksome fairies, restless spirits of the long-deceased, great and terrible vines, and weird fungal monstrosities also lie in wait, eager to lay hands on foolhardy mortals who wander into their clutches. Those who step from the well-worn path must truly be wary. Entering the wold passes you into another realm, unknown from humankind. As if time seems to dawdle, dripping wet sheets of dark green moss hang from boughs over the path, to slide over your heads and shoulders, leaving behind a green-black stain. The dense undergrowth, brush and moss-covered trees are shadows in the mist that fully appear when you're almost upon them. Translucent motes of incandescent lights float across your path, from tree to tree, in a chaotic fey dance of perpetual spring. Barely audible, the twisted trees whisper of your passage with the breeze, branches reaching out to embrace one another. They seem to close in around you as you pass along the trail. Finally, you find yourselves in an airy forest glade, wide and clear. Ahead looms a burial mound, which appears to be the natural flat-topped hillock. The clanking of metal can be heard from ahead. The trail circles to the left, through a rune-etched stone circle. Moonlight reflects from the eldritch markings. Rich green moss, clad with dangling beards, hangs from the standing stones. Lying amid the circle is a bright green, glowing, slime-coated skeleton of a great stag. A green haze lingers in a cloud over the twitching form. What could be causing the metal clanking? What purpose did this ancient stone circle serve? Is this the place you have been seeking? Your questions will soon be answered.